There's the flashcard screen. Guess we're just gonna be upfront about it. I could have edited it out, but I guess it's been 27 years. I don't think Sega's gonna mind if I'm using a flashcard. There's no music yet. I assume that's coming. Oh wait, I think it's just turned down. There should have been a sound effect when we selected the guy. So yeah, here's... Okay, yeah, there is music, yep. So this is it. It's one of those shoot everybody type of games. Your favorite. This was back at the height of people being... Well, not this game particularly, but this came out around the time of when all those parents were outraged about video games and, Mortal Kombat and Night Trap and they're corrupting the youth of America. And there was that big lawsuit. It was the Big Les show. No, that wasn't until later. That's got nothing to do with it other than the fact that it sounded similar to the words big lawsuit. These types of games provide for very little to comment on, because you just shoot and you shoot and you shoot again. So with those power-ups, you're not supposed to just pick them all up at once. You want to stay on one color. So let's say you get the yellow one, so you want to get the yellow one again, so you have like a yellow 2 level. And if you were to get any differently colored power-up, it would reset it so you'd have level 1 of that respected color. So you want to stay on a color path, as it were. The first time I tried to record this, I didn't realize that, and it was very difficult for me to progress. I like how it has a downward angle instead of your standard forward angle for your typical horizontal shoot 'em up. A different way of doing things. A change of pace, if you will. Did you know that in other regions of the world this game was not called Biohazard Battle, and it was called Crying? I don't know why they gave it that name. Nothing in this really seems to suggest that I have seen no crying thus far. I do not know the purpose of that. I can understand why the localization team would want to change that. This goes so gosh darn fast. How does anybody play with these? Don't the eye holes in the color combo... Oh, they're gone. I was gonna say, those enemies from before reminded me of Mumbo from Banjo-Kazooie, the dark yellow and purple color scheme, and their heads kind of looked rather skull-esque, just with the placement of the eyes. It's like a cross between a group of sperm on a microscope and Mumbo from Banjo-Kazooie. Is Mumbo considered racist by today's standards because he's like a voodoo shaman? I don't know. I can't keep up with the damn world anymore. It keeps changing. You think you know things, but then they change it all up. Oh dear. I think we're coming up on the... Oh wait, no, not the first boss yet. Okay, so yeah, those guys do look like Mumbo vaguely. I'm not crazy that is indeed a real thing. Okay, yeah, here's the first guy. He's hiding behind that building. Gosh, look at all the... now that we're standing still, I've got the time to look at all this decrepit, falling apart architecture, and it's like the fall of the Soviet Union in here. You ever see those vaporwave videos where it's images of decrepit old Soviet architecture with vaporwave music and Russian lyrics? It's decent, honestly. Not my favorite thing, but just kind of a neat idea. People in the comments are all nostalgic for the days of the Soviet Union. I'd imagine most of the people who are nostalgic for it probably didn't live through it, because it wasn't a pleasant time to live through. I assume. I mean, I wasn't part of it, but based on what I've read in the history books, it wasn't a good time for anybody. So that was the first boss. He went down real easy. It's probably because we set the difficulty to easy, because anything other than that wouldn't have been feasible for me with my slow reaction times and my impaired brain. It would have just been a no-go. So we got that little option following us. It does extra bullets. Why do they call the additional ship an option in shoot-'em-up games? I do not know the answer to that. What else to say? Here's something completely irrelevant to everything we've discussed thus far. There go all my lives. Whoopsie, I think we get to start over on part 3, though. Yeah. The design of that guy we picked, the picture kind of reminded me of Pulse Man. He had that orange salmon-colored helmet type thing. Did you guys ever play Pulse Man? I seriously doubt that you have, because it wasn't released properly in the US, so the only way you could have played it was on an emulator, and only cool guys like me use emulators. Lame-ass Melvins like you insist on getting the original cartridge and ultimately missing out on all the cool stuff in the world. You're not gaining anything by being a hardware purist. You just... God, I am just doing terrible at this level, my God. But anyway, yeah, Pulse Man. Give that a look when you get the chance. It looks like a ball sack. You see that? Those things on the ceiling? That's nasty. Did you ever see that behind-the-scenes interview of Rick and Morty, where the guy was that one of the artists was saying that he tries to create like something that resembles a ball sack or some kind of disgusting genitalia, and pretty much every character on the show who isn't a main character, they try to make them look as disgusting as possible. Helps the show be more edgy to appeal to the cool teens, and I assume is Rick and Morty even still popular? I don't fucking know. You know, Adult Swim, they play Rick and Morty every single night, even though it's only got like 36 episodes. The rule used to be that a show had to have at least 100 episodes before that made it into syndication, but they're not doing that with Rick and Morty, so it's a rotation of 36 episodes every day, 365 days out of the year, so that's approximately the same episode every 10 days, but I suppose since they've got decent rewatchability, people don't mind, and then you've also got the doofus who just watches Adult Swim very casually, so they haven't seen all the episodes, so it's still new to them. Do cool people even watch Adult Swim anymore? I like to watch Adult Swim a lot, but I'm not what's considered cool anymore, so I don't know. I'm pretty sure Adult Swim is really past its popularity. I mean, it's a traditional TV channel on cable television, and nobody cool watches cable TV. The peak of cable TV probably occurred in like 2004, and everybody just has the dank-ass streaming services now. You got your Hulu and your Netflix and your social media. Yeah, Adult Swim isn't cool anymore, I assume. That's just too sad. But I guess it's still got an audience with old boomers like me. God, doesn't it frustrate you how the definition of boomers has changed recently? It used to refer to people born after the baby boom of 1945 at the end of World War II, so it would be people born from 45 to 63, but now the definition's changed, where a boomer is just pretty much anyone over the age of 22. I had to pause it for some reason. I don't know what I was thinking when I recorded this footage. How much longer do you think Adult Swim's even gonna last? I've probably said this on a previous episode, but once they lose the rights to Family Guy and Bob's Burgers in 2021, I think that's gonna be the end of it. We'll be left with nothing else, nothing to fill the void. It'll just be us old boomers and our memories of the 2010s when these shows were part of our nightly rotation, and they would give you an idea of what the world was like outside, and you'd think, gee, I want to live like the world of Bob's Burgers. I want to go out and have adventures in 2010 and go experience the world. But you never actually did go out and experience the world. You just continued to sit there and watch images of how it could have been. No, wait, no, that was just me that did that. I'm sure you're going out there and having fun. Going out living life to the fullest while I'm stuck here at home, and all the COVID stuff barely even made a difference in my everyday life. I'm just stuck here forever. But I don't mind, though. I'm too scared to go out and live anyway. Goodness me. So was Biohazard Battle a first-party Sega game? I guess I could have looked that up beforehand and probably would have made for more interesting commentary. You gotta do like Chugga Conroy and do all this crazy research to make your Let's Plays more informed and watchable, but I can't be bothered to do that. Who the hell do you even think I am?